Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector.
And if you like my content, please consider subscribing.
Man, I missed out on the first release of this figure. I don't know, however many, was it like a year ago this figure came out, and it was one that I really wanted, but I really wasn't into Mezco 1/12 collective figures at the time, so this was something that I was just willing to let fly by and go under my radar, even though I personally have a very personal connection to Popeye, being is that I was born in a little southern town in Illinois called Chester, and that is the birthplace of E.C. Seeger, the guy who created Popeye. So in our town square, we have like a big Popeye statue, and all of our restaurants and like our hotels and kind of like all the touristy things to do. It's a very small town, but they're all Popeye related. So I have a very strong fondness for Popeye, but also this personal tie to the character itself. And I'm really happy to get my hands on this guy finally. Very simple box. Got his tattoo artwork on the sides, and then here on the back you can see pretty much everything he comes with. Looks like he has some pipes, 3 different pipes, but pipes also with smoke effects. I don't know why we need 3 pipes each version. I don't know. A compass, some cans of spinach, a spyglass, and then different hats that are magnetized to his head, different hands, a whole bunch of hands, his little duffel bag, and then his little pea coat. Lots of stuff here. So let's get this guy opened up and see if he really is what he really is. All right, let's start off with his hands here. He does come with one pointing finger, which I dig, and they're pretty meaty hands. They kind of look like my hands actually, and I'm down for that. In the package, he does come with 2 fists, which will probably be getting, I would say, the most of the play here. We do have what appears to be a maybe like his spinach holding hand, his spinach can holding hand, maybe the compass or the eyeglass holding, spyglass holding hand. We do get a pair of relaxed palms with the hands just at rest. Kind of some dirty fingernails, probably from working on the river boats. And then we have another kind of a gripping hand, maybe for like the cans of spinach would go in this hand. That seems more appropriate here. He does come with a spyglass with a little clear lens on that end. It does actually collapse, which is really cool. I was not expecting that to be the case. A little clear piece on this end, but that's really cool. Definitely was not expecting that to collapse. So that's pretty cool. He does come with a little compass that I'm assuming opens up, but I don't want to like push on this piece right here. It does open up. There we have it. Let's see, what can we see on the inside? Nothing there, but a little sculpted compass on the inside, and that's really neat. He does come with 2 cans of spinach, so he does have his can of spinach here that looks, uncrushed, unopened, and then a can that is crushed and opened, has like he's getting ready to consume it. And a neat little thing I'll tell you guys about spinach is that in the original like newspaper strip where Popeye was created, he didn't eat spinach. He actually ate carrots, and that's what gave him his power. But when they turned it, when it became syndicated and became really popular, and they decided to make it into a cartoon for little kids, nationwide, kids were eating carrots, no problem. So I guess whatever health agency helped influence this, they said, well, what if we changed it to spinach? Because, kids aren't eating enough spinach, so they changed it to spinach, and that's how we got that kind of stuck. And then that's how we got him eating spinach. So everybody knows in pop culture, Popeye eats spinach to get his powers, but originally it was carrots. And then we get 3 of these little pipes that have these little smoke effects. So when he gets his powers and he powers up and he's like, "Burp, burp," and he gets his little, the little smoke comes out. I guess they give us these because if they break, because they're kind of brittle, if they break, then you've got extra. And then we have 3 little corncob pipes here that do not have smoke effects. And he does come with 2 different heads, and they fit in both. You can see there's a little hole in both of the mouths for them to fit. So of course, he's going to have that squinty one eye and other eye open, but we get a head with the mouth closed, and then a head with the mouth kind of more angry and him kind of open. I really and truly, both heads look angry, but one with the teeth bared and one without. And then what does that look like with the little pipe in? Let's see. I want to be very careful. Looks really cool. I'm giving a little toot toot, and then let's see if we can get this in. Trying to do this through my phone is not the easiest thing, but there it is. It does look pretty nice. And each of the heads we can't see, but they do have a magnet embedded in the head for the hats to fit on. So just to show you the little hats and how they pop on. So we do have like this little dirty little sailor's cap, and you can see they have a little magnet on the top, and it fits on very nicely. If you want to kick it off to one side, you certainly can, and it holds on. It's not going to fall off in any way. It just looks really, really good. I dig this a lot. Then we have like your typical like sailor's hat, again with the magnet, and if you want to tilt it more forward, you can, or tilt it back and off to the side. You can certainly do that as well, but that looks really nice. And then we have his little beanie for the pea coat look, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. But outside of the pea coat, this just looks a little weird. Speaking of the pea coat, here is a soft goods pea coat. It just has Velcro. It's not very long. It's kind of short. And that's, a different look. It does have the collar popped up, and it does feel like there is a wire in the collar, so you can position that collar however you want, and that looks really nice. We're going to get this on him and see how it looks in just a minute. And then lastly, he does come with a duffel bag with his name Popeye on it. And then he does have some strings so you can cinch it up. And what I did is I just took the little baggies that the bag was in and the pea coat was in, and I stuffed them down in there to give it a little fuller look, but that's what's inside of the duffel bag. And here we have Popeye just standing straight up and down right out of the package, and I absolutely love this look. I love that it is both a more realistic interpretation of Popeye, but also a very stylized and cartoony, exaggerated rendition of a realistic Popeye. I think he looks absolutely phenomenal. If I were to, make my own Popeye figure or have it, made to my own specifications, this is pretty much what I would have come up with. It is very, very nice. It just does my heart so good. It makes me so happy to see such a beloved character of mine, one that I love so much, be brought to life with such care as this figure has been here. Mezco really put everything into making this character look fantastic, and he looks like he hopped off of the comic page or cartoon screen and into the real world, and this is what he would look like. The costume, his suit is perfect, exactly as it should be, and his proportions are amazing. So let's get him off the rotating base and take a closer look at all that detail that Mezco put in to this figure. All right, here's a closer look at Popeye up close and personal, and just taking a closer look, really, because we've already looked at the head, at sort of his suit. So you can see there's this little mid cut right here, which is, sort of in line with the way his cartoon outfit was designed. We have the 3 buttons. We have this little flap here, which, I know is a part of a sailor's outfit, but I don't know its purpose or its designation. I love that they did the lighter color when you roll the sleeves up. That's a very nice touch. Let's look at these elbows and see what's going on here. So yeah, you can see, the joints in there. It looks really nice. You can see, look at the skin texture on the arm and the vein work and everything. Some would say that's maybe a little weird and a little like too realistic, but I love it. I think it's perfect. And the way the tattoos look, the ink that they used looks perfect. It actually looks like, you know, an older tattoo on older skin, which is brilliant. And then you can see the nice detail on the hands as well, which just look absolutely fantastic. And then you have these nice denim pants with the flared leg going down to the boot. And let's see what the feet look like. You have these old boots all laced up with all the leather creases and buckles and everything. Buttons and rivets. Look so great. Man, he just looks fantastic, and I absolutely dig this. Now let's get that P coat on and see how easy that is to figure out over these wide forearms. Okay, I'm not sure how Mezco pulled this off, but they made the sleeves just like the perfect width to be able to slide the jacket sleeves onto the forearms without removing the hands, without removing the forearms from the upper arm, and like fishing them, like, you know, kind of feeding them up the sleeve and then connecting it back. You don't have to do any of that. You just literally just slide the jacket sleeves on a character just like you would any other character. And it works out nice. It does hinder the movement a little bit. It gets really tight around here. But you're still able to like go out. And what I really appreciate is that the hands, they don't just fall off, but they are very easy to remove with a very nice, you know, gentle pop. So they're very secure. But yeah, no, I love it. I love the way it fits on there. It's not too big. It's not too baggy. It's not too bulky. When I think of pea coats, I think them coming down a little bit further, like, you know, mid thigh, but I kind of dig the length on this. I think it's nice. And with the collar being wired, you can have it pushed out to the side. You can have it close up on his neck, like it's really cold. You could even lay it down, I guess, if you wanted to. And you know, it's going to stay. And this little beanie just really seals the deal with the pea coat. Now, as far as articulation goes, boy, we got this crazy turtleneck to deal with, but he can look up that far. He's got lots of tilt in that head, so lots of expression there. The neck does kind of bend forward about that far. He can look down about that far. Not really far without that neck. He can't really look down without the neck. The arms, let's see how far we get here. Feels like we're getting a little more on this side than this side, so I don't know if that's the shirt or maybe the way... yeah, so we can kind of sort of hit that T-pose on this side, not so much on this side. So we can go all the way around. So yeah, we are getting a little bit of tightness in that shirt. We do have, let's see what we have here. So we don't have no upper bicep swivel. I can't feel any, but we do have a hinge and swivel here at the elbow. You're only going to get that far, so single jointed elbow, hinge and swivel on the wrist pegs, so you can get them to move in any kind of direction you want. Let's see. We do have a upper torso, so a little bit of a diaphragm bend, so you can bend back about that far, bend back about that far, and then bend forward that far and bend back that far. And then we do have some articulation here at the waist, so you can rotate. I don't think it can go all the way around. It feels like it wants to stop there and there, but as far as, you know, bending forward, he can bend forward with both of those in unison about that far and then bend back about that far. As far as the legs go, let's see, we do have a upper thigh swivel. Oh, look, little buttons on his pants. I didn't notice that before. Leg can go all the way forward. Very cartoony movement there. Out to the side about that far. Back only about that far. It feels like we have double jointed knees because it feels like there's a articulation point there and there. So, but we can only go back about that far. Let's see. And then what do we have down here going on? We have a boot cut. We have, kind of feels like it's on like a little ball peg. And that's about it for foot articulation. So let's see how he scales with some other 6-inch scale figures. So even though he is 1/12 scale, you know, he stands right at 6 inches tall. I did want to throw him in with some other figures from other figure lines just to show you how he scales. So here we have one of the shorter Star Wars Black Series figures. Here we have him with a Marvel Legends. He's pretty much perfectly in scale. If you want to have him punching Sith or Marvel villains, you certainly could. Let's get these guys out of the way. Let's bring in my good buddy Billbone's Broken Shield. So he's not going to scale very well with your Mythic Legions. Here he is next to a more 7-inch scale figure with the Super 7 Lion-O figure. I don't have any McFarlane toys out at the moment. My whole McFarlane Toys Batman collection is in storage while I get my my shelves in order. Getting Bilbo out of the way, we do have a G.I. Joe Classified series, so he's going to come in shorter than that. So that's how he scales with a few other lines. I'm sure he'll fit in just fine with your Mezco 1/12 collective figures. So let's get these guys out of the way, get him into some lighting and into some backgrounds, and see how he poses up. Like I said before, I passed on this guy the first time he was offered by Mezco, and I sorely regret that. But thankfully, I was able to get him again when they offered him back up for reissue, both through Mezco site and Big Bad Toy Store, where I got this guy, and he is phenomenal. He is a great, great figure. Now, is he for everybody? Probably not, because I can't imagine that a lot of people want to have a, cartoon character realized in, real life form or design and throw that into like their Punisher or their Daredevil or, their, whatever your Mezco collection may be. But, if you're looking for something fun to have him punch some of those undersea bad guys that Mezco makes in their in their own IP line, I think this guy's pretty good. If you're a fan of Popeye, definitely pick this guy up because he is surprisingly amazing. One of my friends locally, Scott, has had him for a while and was telling me how awesome and amazing he was, and I was just like, yeah. But now I see it. I am so sorry, Scott. I ever doubted you. This guy is absolutely incredible, and everything he comes with just seals it. I can't imagine anything else for him to come with that would make him any better at all. Now this makes me want a Bluto figure for him to punch. So yeah, I definitely going to need one of those guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out on Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark. I will see you in the toy aisles.